Farah is one of the 34 provinces of Afghanistan, located in the southwestern part of the country next to Iran. It is a spacious and sparsely populated province, divided into 11 districts and contains hundreds of villages. It has a population of about 563,026, which is multi-ethnic and mostly a rural tribal society. The Farah airport is located near the city of Farah, which serves as the capital of the province. Farah is linked with Iran via the Iranian border town of Maherud. Geographically, the province is approximately 48,000 square kilometers, making it more than twice the size of Maryland, or half the size of South Korea. The province is bounded on the north by Herat, on the northeast by Ghor, the southeast by Helmand, the south by Nimroz, and on the west by Iran. It is the fourth largest province in Afghanistan by area size, but the second least densely populated province. Shah-e-Kon or Feridun Shah is located in Farah city. This ancient city is more than 3,000 years old. It was one of the ancient places of the Persian kings, as Farah belonged historically to the Sistan Empire. The name, Feridun, here refers to a hero of the Persian epic Shahnameh. The territory was known around 500 BC as Drangiana, with Arachosia being to the east and Ariana to the north. It was part of the Median Empire followed by the Achaemenids. In 330 BC, Alexander the Great took possession of the land and made it part of his empire. Upon Alexander's untimely death in 323 BC, the region, along with the rest of his vast empire, was fought over by his generals, all vying to be his successor. Eventually, several of these were successful in carving out parts of Alexander's empire for themselves, thereby becoming his official successors or Diaduchi. One of these generals, Seleucus, made this region part of his domain, giving it his name as the Seleucid Empire. They were replaced by other rulers in the area, eventually fell to the Sassanids. Then to the Arab Muslims, the Saffarids rose to power in 867 AD in Zaranj and made Farah part of their empire. By the 10th century, the province became part of the Ghaznavid Empire, whose capital was located in Ghazni. They were replaced by the Ghurids, and then after a century later the area saw the Mongol invasion. The province was taken by Timur and eventually fell to the Safavid dynasty. It had been lost by the Safavids to the Uzbeks of Transoxiana, but was regained following a Safavid counter-offensive around 1600 CE, along with Herat and Sabzawar. In 1709, the Afghans gained independence from the Safavids and Farah became part of the Hottaki Empire. By 1747, it became part of Ahmad Shah Durrani's last Afghan empire. During the 19th century, the British Army passed through the province to support Afghan forces in Herat province against the invading Persians. Following the Marxist Revolution in 1978, Farah was one of the cities in which civilian massacres were carried out by the now dominant Khalqi communists against their political, ethnic, and religious opponents. 97 At the start of the 1980s, the majority of Farah was allied with the Harakat-i-Inqilab-i-Islami movement. But after 1981 the province split along linguistic lines, with Pashtun-speaking opponents of the communist government remaining with Harakat Group-e-Malima and Taiks moving to the Jamiat-e-Islami. Following the 1992 collapse of the communist-backed Democratic Republic of Afghanistan, Farah province, unlike many other provinces, was relatively peaceful. Most of the Farah Mujahideen belong to Harakat Islami of Malawi Khalas, Group-e-Malima, Hezb-e-Islami and Jamiat-Islami. A 1995 Oxfam report lists Farah as severely mined and indicated that Farah was particularly problematic due to the wide variety of mine devices employed there, as well as usage of mines to deny access to irrigation systems. By late 1995, the stalemate broke as the Taliban counterattacked after Ismail Khan's failed drive to Kandahar, and all of Farah fell as the Taliban swept to take Herat on 5 September 1995. Due to its isolation from the Taliban's area of focus, Farah exerted some small level of local control during Taliban rule. By the end of the Taliban period, there were 8 United Nations Development Programme schools, for both boys and girls. Recognized and supported by the Taliban in Kandahar and Farah. UNDP noted that the local authorities in Farah were particularly cooperative on the subject. Following the coalition entry and union with the Northern Alliance after September 11, 2001, the Taliban withdrew from Farah due to the heavy coalition aerial campaign, though ground troops were not sent to the province until some time later. Farah has witnessed heavy clashes since the US-backed overthrow of the Taliban in 2001, and is being considered insecure relative to many parts of the country, although there has been sporadic heavy combat in the Balar Baluk, Bakwar, Khar-e-Safed, Pushte Road and Gulistan districts, due to its proximity to the rest.